My name is Gavin Evans, and this is my review of the 2015 movie Tomorrowland. And this review will have spoilers, so there's your warning. But I have been to Disneyland 3 different times: April 2013, February 2015, and November 2016. And it is my favorite amusement park. I do love it quite a bit. And I remember on the second time I went, just a few months before this movie came out, I went on Space Mountain for the first time. And that ride was and still is the best ride ever. And I do love the entire aesthetic of Tomorrowland. So the fact that a movie was being made on that area by the guy who made The Iron Giant, The Incredibles, Ratatouille, and Mission Impossible Ghost Protocol got me so unbelievably excited. Like, no joke, this was one of my most anticipated movies of all time. I even got this little pen thing. So, May 22nd, 2015, the day before my grad actually, I went and saw this movie, and no joke, it was the greatest disappointment. I did not like this movie at all, and I was so let down. But it's been a very long time since I watched it, so I gave it another shot, and yeah, this movie still sucks. So let's begin by talking about the cast, and Britt Robertson does do a good job. She's not given strong material to work with, but she just has a genuine charisma to her that helps carry this movie. George Clooney brings enough personality to this movie, and Rafe Cassidy does do a pretty good job as well. But there's a relationship, friendship between George Clooney and Rafe Cassidy, and I get what they're going for, but holy shit, does it make for some uncomfortable moments. Yes, just that really did not work for me at all. Hugh Laurie does a perfectly fine job. He brings enough personality to his character, but he's given such weak material. Tim McGraw doesn't stand out in any way, and Catherine Hahn and Keegan-Michael Key give very flat performances for their couple minutes of screen time. So, the cast actually is pretty decent, and I will say that this movie is well directed by Brad Bird. I may not like what he's trying to do here, but he is telling the story he wants to tell very well. Like, the visual effects and the production design and the costumes all look very impressive. And there is one cool action scene in Frank's house where he uses all these cool creative weapons, and that scene is a real standout. And the 2 times we go to Tomorrowland in the first act of this movie are really great. Like, they inspire awe and wonder, and they look amazing, and it's a place I wanted to be for this entire movie. But I just hate the story direction. I get what this movie is trying to do. I get what this movie is trying to say about the importance of optimism and creating a better future. I just don't think it's remotely compelling, and when you really think about it, almost nothing happens in this movie. Like, the main girl gets the pen, the robot then takes her to George Clooney. George Clooney then takes them to the Eiffel Tower, and the Eiffel Tower then takes them to Tomorrowland. Well, it's just doom and gloom. And that's it. That's the movie. And you can justify that kind of storytelling if there's all these fun pit stops, but there really isn't. You can justify that kind of storytelling if the characters and their relationships evolve throughout the movie, but they really don't. Like, by the end, you care about these characters just as much as you did at the start. And it just feels rather empty. Like, it's never fun or emotional, and the movie is just way too preachy. This is a movie where the story and characters are sidelined for the actual message. And I don't even think the message is actually all that interesting. And the last act is just as unsatisfying as possible. And there's way too much exposition. And also, the music by Michael Giacchino should have been amazing. Like, this guy actually did the music for Space Mountain, and I love the music to that ride. It just has a cool retro vibe to it, but the music here just doesn't add anything to the movie. So, yeah, like, this movie really just does nothing for me. I kind of wish it was this character goes to Tomorrowland. We spend the movie in Tomorrowland, a city of the future, and a bunch of bad stuff happens there, but she ends up saving the day, and then she has to go back home to the present, where she is then inspired to create a better tomorrow. That would have been much better. Kind of like Meet the Robinsons. Actually, exactly like Meet the Robinsons. That is a much better and meaningful movie than this one in every single way. But anyways, Tomorrowland, it has a few cool moments and it's well directed and the cast does a fine job, but I just don't like anything that this movie is trying to do. It's very unsatisfying and it's just a very forgettable, bad movie that I will never watch again. So I'm giving Tomorrowland a 3 out of 10. Okay, have you seen Tomorrowland? What did you think? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Stay tuned for more videos soon. And Gavin out.